This is Tejashwi's bid to woo the women voters in the state of Bihar. He is going on to claim that once the Mahagathbandhan comes into power, the government will be providing an insurance of up to 5 lakh for Jeevika Didis. The Beti Yojana and My Yojana will also be launched, he says, and the government will assist the women in Bihar from the very birth of their child, also generating income for the people who are in Bihar. Remember earlier there was another plan that he had already announced, talking about how each and every family will have at least one member who will be employed, and that also in fact generated a lot of criticism on how the money is going to be provided for all of that. And the same question was asked of Tejashwi Yadav in this presser as well. My colleague Pallavi Ghosh is joining us to answer that for us. Pallavi, he's not directly answered the question of the rift. He's not directly, in fact, constructively answered the question of where is the money really going to come in for all of these schemes that he's announcing.
That's right. But that has been one big issue which has often been raised, that where will the money come in from? These are the kind of freebies which are being announced, and we know that Bihar has been asking for special funds, saying that there are many, there have been floods, there have been natural disasters, and Bihar requires additional assistance coming in from the centre. Now, if Tejashwi Yadav is pitching for the Mahagathbandhan to be able to form the government after the electoral results are out, this question will be asked of him, that one, where will the money come in from, and second, what guarantee can he give that these promises will be fulfilled. I think the BJP will make a stark comparison to states like Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka and even Telangana, where similar kind of promises were made by the Congress during the elections, but they have gone running to centre for more assistance, whether it was Karnataka, whether there was Himachal Pradesh, which has drawn this criticism from the BJP that just because the elections round the corner, there are promises which are made, very well knowing that they don't have the funds. Why should a centre be expected to finance the poll freebies being announced by the Mahagathbandhan?
Right, and also on the rift, he's not really said much, Pallavi.
Well, frankly speaking, there's really not much to say. There is Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel, who are the observers for the Congress party, who have landed in Patna. Through the day, they're going to hold meetings. There are 11 key seats on which we are seeing a so-called not so friendly fight. In many of those seats, 5 to 6 of them is RJD versus the Congress party. In some of them, it's CPI versus the Congress party. And mind you, all of them are constituents of the Mahagathbandhan. How do you explain to the cadre that this is just a friendly fight? How do they know that beyond these 11 seats, they are actually supposed to join hands and fight against the BJP? Because these are spillover effects. So the task for Gehlot and Bhupesh Baghel will be to convince their own party candidates to withdraw from those areas where they are pitted opposite RJD. Similarly, this is what the Congress is going to expect from the RJD. But what if the Congress candidates remain defiant? What if they say, for example, we don't want to withdraw our candidature? They've already been given the party symbol. Will they go out and contest as an independent? Because that will be extremely damaging to the Mahagathbandhan. And as I just pointed out, on the ground, where the campaign still has to pick up, and I think it will post-Chhat, that is what is the sense on the ground. The people are a little confused. Voters are confused. Who is the Mahagathbandhan? Where is the Mahagathbandhan?
Right, and Pallavi, the fact that Tejashwi decided to hold this press conference alone, and there was an earlier announcement that there is going to be a joint press conference by all the Mahagathbandhan parties. That hasn't happened. That has been postponed, and now there is this presser by the RJD. What is the message that he wants to send out?
Well, frankly speaking, there was not any scheduled Mahagathbandhan press conference. What they are looking at is a timeline of holding such a joint press conference once this issue of friendly fights is sorted out. But yes, you know, you're not normally seeing what is happening is that Mahagathbandhan is largely Akla Cholore. Tejashwi Yadav, of course, he's the biggest stakeholders within the alliance as far as the battle for Bihar is concerned. He's made those kind of announcements of money for women, jobs for everyone, because jobs are a big issue as far as Bihar goes. but one is looking at that one big joint campaign. You know, these kind of optics become very important, especially if you hear talk and speculation of a rift within the Mahagathbandhan. When a similar kind of a chatter was happening about the NDA as far as the Congress party was concerned, you saw the Home Minister Amit Shah go to a residence of Nitish Kumar, spend some time along with the other central BJP leaders like Dharmendra Pradhan, who is in charge, and also, you know, Nitish Kumar coming to drop him off in his courtyard to the car. It sending out a message that we are all in it together. You're not seeing a similar kind of a messaging or optics coming in from the Mahagathbandhan yet, thereby giving rise to this whole idea or narrative that not all is well within the Mahagathbandhan.
And absolutely, and one question still looms large, Pallavi, that of the chief ministerial face as far as Mahagathbandhan is concerned. Tejashwi wants that to be him, but certainly no consensus on that as well.
Yes, absolutely. You know, elections are becoming increasingly personality driven and everyone wants a kind of a clarity. Like in Bihar over here, the clarity from the NDA side is it's going to be Nitish Kumar. What happens next is something which no one is talking about. But I think Mr. Amit Shah made it very clear that Nitish Kumar is going to be the CM face and he is the sitting chief minister and we are asking for votes on the basis of his government. Now on the Mahagathbandhan, as I said, RJD 141 seats, they are the biggest stakeholder party as far as the Mahagathbandhan goes. Obviously, the cadre would want him to be officially named as the CM face of the Mahagathbandhan. But the dilemma for the Congress party is that how do you appease the cadre on one hand, who in any case are struggling for the existence, and second, at the same time, you don't further alienate your ally, which is Tejashwi Yadav. I think in the days to come, this is going to be certainly one of the most critical decisions which have to be taken by Rahul Gandhi.
And now about the welfare schemes that have been announced by Tejashwi. Once again, the fact that the impetus, the emphasis is on the women voters in Bihar this time around. The first announcement was to give jobs to at least one member of every family, Pallavi, and this time in fact, all eyes are, or in fact, the RJD is going on to eye all the women voters, and that's the target audience as far as this presser really goes. And that's why the announcements, particularly for the ladies in Bihar.
Well, Nitish Kumar, his strongest point has been the large number of women voters, and that plus for the BJP. The Prime Minister's outreach to women is something which we are all very aware of. And that has always been one of the singularly most important reasons for the repeated success of the BJP, not just in Bihar, but in state after state, which is what the opposition parties and the Congress have tried to emulate. The Congress tried to do that in Karnataka, Himachal, Telangana as well. In Bihar, we've seen that promise being made just now by Tejashwi Yadav, money for women, more and more development for them, because that is what he's hoping to be a sway factor. Look, as far as the core Yadav votes are concerned, they are likely to back the RJD complete on. The Muslim vote is also deeply divided, with Owaisi now also stepping in. There's the Congress, there's the JDU. The women voters are the ones which the Congress party, the RJD, JDU, all of them are eyeing. And Tejashwi Yadav knows that they will be an important factor. You know, when I traveled through Bihar in the last 48 hours, everywhere people are talking about good roads, Bijli coming to the villages, but jobs remain a concern.
Yes.
And that is something which both Nitish Kumar and Tejashwi Yadav are promising.
Pallavi, do stay on with us. We have Mr. Pradeep Bhandari, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who is now with us on the broadcast. Mr. Bhandari, would want to understand from you, what is the Bharatiya Janata Party's analysis, assessment of this announcement that's been made by Tejashwi now? Even as there is no consensus on seat sharing within the alliance partners as far as the Mahagathbandhan goes, these schemes are being doled out by the RJD alone.
Well, the women of Bihar are aware that only thing which the RJD, Lalu, Tejashwi and Congress can promise is Jungle Raj 2.0. Tejashwi Yadav till yesterday was criticizing 10,000 rupees deposited in the account of more than 1.2 crore women of Bihar. Tejashwi Yadav's party wanted to revoke Sharab Bandi. So the women of Bihar have seen that it is an anti-women alliance, and Tejashwi Yadav's promises will not stand to merit on the ground, because people of Bihar have experienced Lalu's Jungle Raj and they know Tejashwi might be a different name, but ultimately comes from the same clan, and the only promise that he can give to the women of Bihar is Jungle Raj 2.0. So whatever he promises, even Kejriwal had promised in Delhi. The result was women of Delhi coming with the NDA. So the women of Bihar know that credibility and delivery is what NDA of Narendra Modi and Nitish Kumar can do. Only fake promises is what Tejashwi Yadav or the opposition can make. But the larger point here is, till now Rahul Gandhi has not declared Tejashwi Yadav as the face. So even Rahul does not believe in Tejashwi's promises, because if he would have believed so, Pappu Yadav would have believed so, they would have declared Tejashwi as the official nominee of the opposition.
And that remains a contested point, and that nobody in the Mahagathbandhan is really willing to address. But Pradeep, I really want to understand from you, what is the NDA's plan of action now? We do see how very many senior leaders like Chirag Paswan, they have come on record, they're talking about how this gives a walkover pretty much to the NDA. And we're talking about this rift within the Mahagathbandhan. Is that the general consensus within the alliance?
Well, the general consensus on the ground in the minds of the people of Bihar is twofold. A, they know that delivery, credibility and execution on the ground has been done by the NDA under Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar in the last 2 decades. And we are the alliance which can deliver. So there is a pro-incumbency on the ground is what we are seeing. At the same time, the Mahagathbandhan is a disunited house with nobody believing in Rahul Gandhi's leadership. At the same time, Rahul Gandhi not believing in Tejashwi's leadership. So we have seen historically that whenever the alliances are disunited, it is we get historic mandates. So we have a pro-incumbency. At the same time, we also have an anti-ism against the opposition, and in particular Tejashwi Yadav. So we are looking at a higher seat share and vote share than what we got last time.
One final thing before I let you go, Pradeep. This announcement that has been made by Tejashwi, particularly for Jeevika Didis, he's not just trying to match up to the female voter outreach that the NDA has been doing. He has increased it 3 times over. He's also talking about giving a government job position to the Jeevika Didis and the contractual workers. Will this get the BJP worried?
Well, the women of Bihar are solidly with the NDA. They have seen that Tejashwi Yadav's only promise is Jungle Raj 2.0 and taking and snatching the land of the poor of Bihar. He knows that he promised every household of Bihar a job. When he travelled across the length and the breadth of Bihar, everybody in Bihar understood it was land for job 2.0. Now women of Bihar are understanding that this man can only promise Jungle Raj 2.0, and he's reacting to the delivery and execution of NDA. So we are very confident we'll get a very good mandate in Bihar.
Right. Pradeep, thank you so much for all of that perspective.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV18 on all the social media platforms.